Chelsea, number 1. Anderson Highland, number 2. Ben Davis, which was knocked off the other night by Indianapolis Washington. They finished 3rd. Plymouth in 4th. Indianapolis Cathedral 5th. Anderson 6th. Marion 7th. Indianapolis Hal 8th. Loogootee 9th. And Evansville North 10th. In the second 10, there was Jeffersonville, Homestead, Harrison, Cloverdale, Michigan City Rogers, Indianapolis Washington, East Chicago Roosevelt, New Albany, Connorsville, and Alexandria. Loogootee undefeated at 21-0. Last Wednesday night, they edged by Pike Central by a score of 39-37. Loogootee's probable starting lineup for Jack Butcher will include at 1 forward Ryan Templin, at the other forward Rick Schnarr, the center J.R. Doyle, the guards Jim Matthews and Jamie Lannon. And we'll be talking more about the starting lineup of Loogootee right after this.
When it comes to being a winner for your concrete needs, look to Jones & Sons Concrete in Washington. Jones & Sons offer ready-mix concrete, top-quality brick, fresh stone, and masonry supplies. And to serve you better, Jones & Sons has radio dispatch front discharge concrete delivery units, which makes it easier to get the job done. That's Jones & Sons for fast, complete service, Highway 57 South in Washington.
Well, Loogootee's Ryan Templin, a 6'1", 172-pound senior, averaging 5.6 a game and 3 rebounds. At the other forward, Rick Schnarr, a 6'1", 165-pound junior, averaging 7.2 a game and 5.8 rebounds. J.R. Doyle, the center, 6'5", 195-pound senior, averaging 10.5 a game and 7.5 rebounds. And one guard, Jim Matthews, a 5'10", 175-pound senior, averaging 8.2 a game and 2.8 rebounds. And the other guard, Jamie Lannon, a 5'8", 130-pound junior, averaging 8.2 a game and 1.4 rebounds. In the game last Wednesday night, Templin with 2, Schnarr with 10, Doyle with 10, Matthews with 14, Lannon with 2, and Weinecker with 1. Templin's best 19 against Pike Central, Schnarr's best 18 versus Springs Valley, Doyle's best 18 against Evansville Central, Matthews' best was 18 against South Spencer, and Landon's best 20 against Bloomfield. Jack Butcher, head coach of the Loogootee Lions, he's in his 25th year at the school, and his assistant coach is Kevin Biggs. The Lions against the Hatchets. We'll be talking about the Washington Hatchets with a record of 15-6 right after this.
If you have someone in your family who's recuperating from illness or an elderly loved one in need of sick room aids, remember, Formula 5 Drugs, Highway 31 South of Loogootee, is your Convicare Hospital equipment headquarters. Formula 5 has everything you need to make the period of convalescence much easier. Formula 5 Drugs follows your doctor's orders to the letter in both Convocare convalescent aids and accurate prescription. Make recuperating at home easier for the ones you love with Convocare hospital equipment from Formula 5, Highway 231 South in Loogootee.
Well, the Washington Hatchets advanced to this night by knocking off Bar Reeve, a 2-point game, 51-49. And the Washington Hatchets will probably be using the same lineup that went up against the Vikings. And that lineup will include at 1 forward Chris Myers, a 6'2", 206-pound senior, averaging 5.5 points a game, 3.2 rebounds, shooting 46% from the field, 70% from the foul line. At the other forward will be Jay Wildman, 5'11.5", 150-pound junior, inserted in the lineup when Rob Bath was lost for the year just right before the sectional. Rob Bath with a broken finger. And might mention that Rob's brother Bob was lost for the season with an ankle injury. He had his ankle operated on, still in a cast, and Bob did not see action all year. He injured that leg in the football game. So the Bath twins had their share of bad luck this year. Myers and Wildman, the forwards. Myers a 46% shooter from the field, Wildman at 56%, the best field goal shooter for the Hatchets. Myers 70% shooter from the line, Wildman 61% shooter from the foul line. Darrell Harris in the middle, 6'5", 202-pound senior, averaging 6.4 a game, 4.8 rebounds, 54% shooter from the field, 61% from the foul line. Harris with 9 the other night against Bar Reeve, his best 19 versus North Davies. Craig Nill, 6'4", 145-pound junior, and one guard, a 17.9 average, 4.5 rebounds a game, shooting just about 50% for the field, 75% for the foul line. He had 14 against Bar Reeve, 28 his best versus Noblesville. Dave Stevens will be at the other guard, a 6'3", 170-pound senior. 7.3 average, 2.9 rebounds, 36% shooter from the field, 77 from the foul line. Stevens with 14 points against Bar Reeve, his best 18 versus Mount Vernon. And Tom Boucher will sure to see action tonight. Boucher, a 6'2.5", 182-pound junior, averaging 6.6 a game, 4.2 rebounds, 38% shooter from the field, 58 from the foul line. And Boucher was shut out against Bar Reeve. Now the Hatchets, even though they're playing in the Hatchet House, will be the visiting team in their road dark uniforms. And they were in the visiting uniforms the other night against Bar Reeve. Craig Nill being introduced to the almost a sellout crowd. Very few empty seats. Not too many tickets unsold tonight. Craig Nill, Dave Stevens, Chris Myers, Jay Wyman, and Darrell Harris. Loogootee, the home team on the scoreboard, in their home white trimmed in black and gold. And they'll have Temple and Doyle, Matthews, Lannon, and Schneer. Back after this.
Tournament basketball is being brought to you in part by the Martin County Bank of Shoals and Crane, inviting you to check out the IRA accounts to help build a secure future. An IRA lets you set aside a large amount of money for retirement that earns tax-free interest until it's withdrawn. Just one of the many services at the Martin County Bank in Shoals and also in Crane that lets you plan your financial future. Come in and let the folks at Martin County Bank help you plan yours today.
The Loogootee Lions will be introduced to this big crowd at the Hatchet House. Mentioned that Jack Butcher in his 25th year as head coach of the Mighty Lions. He has won 10 sectionals. And when he was playing for the Lions back in the late 40s and early 50s, his teams won some sectionals too. So he's coached and played for sectional champions. And Jack has had two teams in the state finals in 1975 and in 1970. The Loogootee 75 team went to the championship game, lost to Bill Green's Marion Giants. Stan Neal, head coach of the Washington Hatchets, his record going into the sectional was 90-30. He's now 91-30. He's won a couple of sectionals and a couple of regionals. Stan had a team in the championship, where he had two teams in the championship game of the semi-state, but he couldn't find a way to knock off Terre Haute South. And for the Hatchets altogether, they've won 39 sectionals, along with 15 regionals, 2 semi-states, and they have won 3 state titles back in 1930, 1941, and 1942. Washington Superintendent Justin Roberts, Principal Roger Williams, head coach Stan Neal, varsity assistant Jeff Matthew, B-team coach Tom Laskowski, freshman coach Rob McCormick. School enrollment just under 800, well, about 759. And we're all set to go. The Hatchets out on the floor. Here come the Lions. The Hatchets with Darrell Harris moving into the center circle. And for the undefeated Lions, they will have J.R. Doyle. Loogootee once again with a record of 21-0. And the Hatchets at 15-6. Jack Butcher and Stan Neal taking their places, respective benches. Loogootee going to the basket to our left, which is the south basket. Or make that the Hatchets to our left. Loogootee to our right. The tap controlled by Stevens, reaching in and tying him up was Rick Schneer. So we'll have another jump ball coming up in the center circle, this time between Stevens and Schneer. Stevens had the ball after the tap, then Rick Schneer from his weak side reached in and tied him up. Loogootee once again going to the basket to our right. Tap control by the Lions this time. With the ball is Ryan Templin and gives it to Jamie Lannon. Hatchets in a man-to-man. Craig Nill on Jamie Lannon. And we've got a foul, bumping foul called against Craig Nill, as Lennon trying to move to his right, and Nill picks up the personal foul. Nill fouled out the other night against Bar Reeve, and he's picked up one here with 7:50 left of the first quarter. Loogootee basketball in the forecourt on the near side in front of Jack Butcher. Jim Matthews will be tossing it in. Dave Stevens applying man-to-man defense along the near sideline. Matthews looking for someone, gets it in to Jamie Landon, takes it in the backcourt, works it through the center circle. Once again, Hatches man-to-man. Landon in the corner to Ryan Templin. Down low to Doyle. Spins. Goes to the baseline. The ball deflected along the side by Stevens. Taken back by Doyle for Loogootee. So Loogootee gets it back. Doyle gets it out to Matthews. Hands it off to Landon. Landon dribbles to his right. Gets a screen. On the wing. Stops. He turns. He shoots over Nill. And he misses it. The basketball bounces over the backboard. Out of bounds. And the Hatchets will have it. No score yet. Washington on the attack. First time they'll have a chance to set up in their offense. Craig Nill, Dave Stevens. Dave Stevens, the playmaker. Nill will be going in the right corners. Chris Myers in the left wing. Myers takes the jumper back out to Stevens. Myers in the corner being guarded by Schnarr. Loogootee in the zone. Myers jumper from the side, no good. Rebound racing in, Neal, and he goes on the end line. He lost it out of bounds. The Hatchets turn it over to Loogootee. Neal went flying in for the ball, and he stepped on the end line. Jimmy Lannon heading up court for the Lions to the center circle. Works it to his left, being guarded by Neal. Bouncing it to Templin, almost lost it, but picks it up against Wildman. Goes down the lane, loses the ball on the floor. We've got a scramble. It's knocked out of bounds by Loogootee. So Templin knocks it out of bounds. Loogootee turns it over to the Hatchets. We've been asked to announce that there will be a pep session at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon for the Washington Catholic fans in their gym. 4 o'clock for Washington Catholic, their pep session. Myers on the left side, back to Stevens, top of the key. Looking to his right, fires away from 18, it's no good. Rebound off of Harris's hands, taken off by Loogootee. Matthews gets it off to Jamie Lannon, and Loogootee going towards the basket. Lannon on the right side in the corner to Matthews. Matthews being guarded by Stevens, looking for someone, goes to the baseline, stops being guarded closely by Stevens, bouncing it out. Lannon tracks it down near the timeline. So Lannon now sets it up for Loogootee. Works it to his right, gives it off to Matthews, goes to the baseline cutoff, bouncing it to Doyle. Shot from the post by Doyle is no good. Rebound, nil. Taken away, though, by Lagootee's Templer. Gets it out of traffic to Jamie Lannon. Lannon for the Lions, working to his right, goes in the lane, stops. On the left side, pass to Templin. Templin on the drive inside. Shot from in front over Wildman is good. Ryan Templin puts Loogootee on the scoreboard. First 2 points of the game. 6 minutes left in the first quarter. Dave Stevens for the Hatchets out front, left side to Myers. Loogootee 2-3 zone. Myers back out to Stevens. Stevens top of the key, right side to Neal. Neal in the corner, being guarded by Matthews. Down low, Harris. Back out to Stevens in the corner. Neal, long right corner shot is up and in. Bill ties it up for the Hatchets at 2, and we have 5:38 left in the first quarter. Jamie Landon, the playmaker for Loogootee, works it to the left side. In the corner goes to Templin. Templin being guarded by Wildman. Back out it goes to Jamie Landon, or make that to Lagootee's Matthews. Shot from 15 by Matthews, up no good. Rebound goes to Neal. Neal heading up court, racing for the Hatchets. Stan Neal wants a timeout, and he gets it as Craig took the shot. Stan calls the timeouts, and we've got the clock stopped at 5:15 left in the first quarter, tied up at 2-2.
You or your company can be a winner every time when you do business with Sam G. and Ratliff Oil Company, Highway 50 East in Washington. Ratliff Oil offers Sunoco oil products for home, farm, and service stations at competitive prices with fast, efficient service. So, for the finest in oil products, insist on Sunoco from Ratliff Oil Company, jobbers of world-famous Sun Oil products.
Well, we're tied up at 2 apiece. Ryan Templin with the field goal for Loogootee, and Craig Neal with 2 for the Hatchets. Ryan Templin had only 2 points the other night. He's matched that right now. This time early in the game, where in the game Wednesday night against Pike Central, his field goal came in the fourth quarter. It was a big one for Loogootee. Hatchets basketball, Dave Stevens, Craig Neal, Jay Wildman, Chris Myers, and Darrell Harris. For Loogootee, Jamie Landon, Jim Matthews, Ryan Templin, J.R. Doyle, and Rick Schnarr. Loogootee, the home team on the scoreboard. The Hatchets, the visiting team in their road black uniforms. Neal gets it into Stevens. Stevens on the dribble, top of the key. Left side to Myers on the wing. Back to Stevens in the free throw circle. Looking inside, underneath the Wildman, puts it up and in. Stevens on the assist to Jay Wildman, and they found him open 2 or 3 times in the first quarter Wednesday night against Bar Reeve on that backdoor play. Washington 4, Loogootee 2. Landon, top of the key, Matthews. Left side, Templin. Down low to Doyle. Doyle in the corner to Templin. Templin near the lane. Pass taken away by Myers for Loogootee. For Washington, Chris Myers on the steal. Gives it off to Craig Neal. Hatchets in the corner. Stevens across to Myers in the free throw lane. Right side to Dave Stevens. Down low, Harris up and turns, shoots and puts it up and in. Darrell Harris turned away from Doyle, put it up and in. The Hatchets 6. The Loogootee Lions with 2. Jamie Landon works it to the left side of the forecourt. Bouncing it, free throw circle to Templin. Right side to Matthews. Down low, Schnarr against Myers. Shot over Myers, up by Templin or by Rick Schnarr. It's good. Rick Schnarr for Loogootee on the right side. That's his first 2 points. Loogootee trailing the Hatchets 6-4. Chris Myers back to Dave Stevens. In the free throw circle, left side Myers doesn't shoot, bouncing it out to Stevens. Stevens for the Hatchets, shot from 17. Up, bounces around, drops off to the side. Harris tips it out, but taking it off for Loogootee is Jimmy Matthews. And he'll let Jamie Landon work it across the timeline, being picked up by Craig Neal. Gets a screen, works it to the right side, jumper over Neal. Up and in, and a foul called against Craig Neal. Basket counts. Neal got a little body into Jamie Landon. And Craig Neal picks up his second personal foul. Stan Neal off the bench for the Hatchets. The basket will count. Jamie Landon ties it up at 6. And he'll be going to the line. Chance for the three-point play. Jamie Landon for Loogootee, a 60% foul shooter. Landon, chance to put Loogootee up in front by 1, 7-6. Foul shot is in the air, and Landon hits it. So Loogootee has a 7-6 lead over the Hatchets. Stevens being guarded by Templin in the backcourt, works it across the timeline. Stevens, top of the key, left side to Chris Myers. Myers on the wing, back out on the pass to Stevens. Looking to his right, gets it to Neal on the right sideline. Long shot by Craig Neal, up, no good, overshot it. Rebound, Myers trying to save it in the corner from going out of bounds. Couldn't get the job done, and Loogootee has the basketball. Lions with the lead and the ball. 3:32 left of the first quarter. With the basketball, Jamie Landon. In the left corner, Ryan Templin. Templin in the free throw lane. Hands it off to Matthews. Left side of the circle. In the corner to Rick Schneider. Schneider for the Lions. Back out to Jim Matthews. Being guarded by Stevens. Matthews, top of the key. Works it to his right. Down low to Doyle. Spins left. Fadeaway shot over Harris. Up. No good. Rebound to Craig Neal for the Hatchets. Neal heading up court for Washington. They're trailing 7-6. Neal. Left corner to Stevens. Along the side, Stevens on the wing. Back out to Neal in the free throw circle. Underneath the Harris. Back to Stevens. Across the court to Myers. Underneath the Wildman turn. Shot blocked by Doyle. And the rebound taken off by Matthews for the Lions. Doyle on the block. Matthews with the ball. Gives it off to Landon. He's across the timeline. Jamie Landon, free throw circle. Hands it off to Matthews. Left side to Ryan Templin. Templin for Loogootee. Back out to Jim Matthews. Matthews being guarded by Stevens. Works it to the right side of the circle. Stops on the dribble. In the corner to Ryan Templin. Templin being guarded by Jay Wildman. Back out to Jamie Landon. Loogootee very patient against the Washington man-to-man defense. Rick Schneider goes in front. Shot over Neal. Up. No good. Rebound to Doyle. Doyle is called for traveling. Loogootee turns it over. Doyle got the ball in the lane. In traffic. Called for traveling. Washington with the basketball working the length of the court. Loogootee 7 and the Hatchets with 6. Templin with 2. Schneider with 2. Landon with 3. For Washington, Wildman, Harris, and Neal each with the basket. Craig Neal out front, left side pass to Chris Myers. Myers bouncing it out to Neal. Neal gets the screen, works it to the right side, goes in the corner, down the baseline, underneath, dishes off to Myers. Shot from underneath is no good. Rebound tipped out by Harris, taken off by Stevens. Stevens called for the foul as he knocked down Jamie Landon in the free throw circle, getting that basketball on the pass, but knocking into and knocking down Jamie Landon. Dave Stevens picks up his first and the third against the team. Loogootee with the basketball, 7-6. They have the lead. In the first game, it was Shoals losing to the Cardinals, 52-47. Jamie Landon, left side of the circle, gives it off to Templin. Underneath it goes to Schneider. Turnaround shot over Myers. It went up, and he missed it, but he was fouled before the shot was taken. Chris Myers picks up his first personal foul, and that is the fourth against the team. Loogootee has not substituted yet. Their first man off the bench more than likely will be Weininger. They also have Daryl Street and Kevin Hunt. Let's see action. Loogootee and Washington. Washington not substituting yet. Jamie Landon out front. 1:52 left here in the first quarter. Landon works it to the left. In the corner to Ryan Templin. Down low, intended for Doyle, but Harris stepped in, took the ball away on the pass, gives it off to Neal. Neal on the right sideline. Back out on the wall pass to Stevens. Fakes to his left on the pass. Stevens top of the key. Left side to Myers. Myers down low. Bouncing it to Wildman. Pass back out to Stevens. He goes in the lane. In the right corner to Neal. Down low to Harris. Harris turnaround shot over Doyle. Blocked by Doyle, but Doyle called for the contact foul. J.R. Doyle picks up his first personal foul, the first against the team. Harris will be moving to the line, shooting 2 for the Hatchets. Weininger will be coming in for the Loogootee Lions, and going out, Ryan Templin. Jack Butcher sending in Weininger for Ryan Templin. Templin leaves the game with 2 points on the field goal with 1:28 left in the quarter. Darrell Harris for the Hatchets going to the line. Darrell is one of the most improved free throw shooters for any team in the sectional, and he's shooting on the year almost 60%. He hits the first one. Darrell Harris at one time under 50% late in the season. He's now got 3 points. Harris, 61% shooter going into this game. Harris' second foul shot is no good. Rebound to J.R. Doyle, skying high for the ball. We're tied up at 7. 1:25 left in the first quarter. Jamie Landon works it to the left side, being guarded by Neal. Gives it off to Weininger. Weininger looking outside, goes in the right corner, goes to the baseline. Weininger along the side, deep in the left corner to Matthews. Matthews cut off along the baseline. Long pass back out front. It goes to Jamie Landon. Hatches man-to-man defense. Landon, right side, pass to Weininger. Weininger back out to Matthews. Matthews against Stevens. Gets it over to Landon. Landon left side to Doyle. Doyle down low to Weininger. Doyle, Weininger, Landon, Schnarr, Matthews in the lineup. Landon handling the ball out front. Gets it off to Matthews. 48 seconds left in the first quarter. Matthews looks to his left. Loogootee spreading it out. 42 seconds left in the first quarter. Left side, Doyle gets it off to Weininger, to Jimmy Matthews, to David Weininger on the far side. Weininger to Jamie Landon. Landon to David Weininger. Weininger checking the clock. 30 seconds left in the quarter. Loogootee playing keep away, going for the last shot in the first period. Jamie Landon, David Weininger to Jamie Landon, Jim Matthews. Four corners offense for Loogootee. Landon in the center circle. Weininger on the far side, on the left side. Gives it off to Landon. 15 seconds left in the quarter. Landon gives it off to Matthews. On the attack, Schnarr. Back to Jim Matthews. Over to Dave Weininger. Left side, Doyle at the baseline. Gives it off to Weininger. Long sideline shot by Weininger. Off the glass and in. David Weininger. Long left sideline shot off the glass and in. Jay Wildman shot. Air ball. And Loogootee going to the bench, leading Washington by a score of 9-7. Once again, last basket by Weininger. About 5 seconds ahead of the gun.
What makes the Washington National Bank so special? Their latest banking innovations, convenient checking and savings. Yes, but it's the friendly service as well. In this workaday world we live in, the folks at the Washington National Bank knows that sometimes a person can get a little down. So they've made a friendly smile and a handshake a part of their workaday world. They feel that's just as important as their other services, and it's free. Washington National Bank, they have anything but personal service and a friendly attention to you.
Loogootee scoring. Ryan Templin with a total of 2 points. Rick Schnarr with 2. Jamie Landon with 3. And David Weininger with 2. For Washington, Jay Wildman had a basket from underneath. Darrell Harris with 3 points. And Craig Neal with 2. Neal picked up a couple of fouls. Stevens with 1. Chris Myers with 1. J.R. Doyle called for the only foul first quarter for Loogootee. We're ready to go. Second quarter action. J.R. Doyle moving into the center circle for the Lions. And Darrell Harris for the Washington Hatchets. Washington going to the basket to our left, the south basket. Ball's in the air, tap controlled by the Hatchets. Neal, shot from the right side over Matthews, no good. Rebound to Rick Schnarr. Spins out of traffic, gives it off to Jamie Landon. Landon across the timeline between the circles. Washington still in that man-to-man. Matthews right side, being guarded by Stevens. Goes to the baseline, down low to Doyle, spins left, back out to Weininger. Over to Landon, left corner to Rick Schnarr. Goes to the baseline, cut off by Myers. Myers picks up the foul as he couldn't get off that baseline in time for Schnarr. As Schnarr with good quickness, Myers with personal foul number 2 against him. And that is the 5th against the team. Blocking foul called against Myers. And at the line for Loogootee, Rick Schnarr. And Schnarr at the line this season, 49% foul shooter. Schnarr, a field goal in the first quarter. Hatchets trailing Loogootee 9-7. 7:38 left in the second quarter. Loogootee and Washington. Schnarr for Loogootee. Foul shot is good. 10-7. Lions up by 3. Winner here moving on to the championship game tomorrow night against the Washington Catholic Cardinals. They knocked off Shoals earlier tonight. Rick Schnarr looking for his 4th point. Foul shot up off the back of the iron, and it goes in. Rick Schnarr with 4 points. Loogootee 11-7 over the Hatchet. Stevens in the right corner to Neal. Neal lobs it back out to Stevens. Stevens working to his left. Has it on the left sideline. Loogootee in the 2-3 zone. Stevens top of the key. Looking to his right. Fakes the shot. Needs help. Has the ball. Gives it off to Neal out front. Neal setting it up out near the timeline. Gets a screen from Harris, top of the key. Left corner, Stevens fakes the pass down low, goes back out to Neal. In the corner to Stevens. Stevens back out to Neal. Neal works it to the right side of the forecourt now, as it couldn't find anything on the left side. Neal, right side of the forecourt. Loogootee zone very tight here, as it has been all season. Left side, Stevens. In the corner, Neal. Or make that Myers. Back out to Craig Neal. Neal for the Washington Hatchets against Loogootee. In the middle to Myers. Myers in traffic. In the corner to Wildman. Jumper over Weininger, no good. Rebound tipped off by Schnarr, taken away by Wildman from Landon. Neal shot for 15, up no good. Rebound to J.R. Doyle, taking the ball away from Dave Stevens of the Hatchets. Washington on the defense, Loogootee on the attack. Landon gets a screen from Schnarr. Shot from 20 by Landon is good. Jamie Landon with 5 points. Loogootee up by 6, 13-7. Stan Neal off the bench, shelling out offensive instructions for his Hatchets. Dave Stevens calling out the play out front. Left side to Neal. Back to Stevens. Stevens shot left side of the lane. Up, no good. Rebound off the hand of Landon. Taken away by Doyle for Loogootee. So Loogootee gets the ball, and they head up court. Jamie Landon for Loogootee across the timeline. Left side pass to Jim Matthews. Matthews against Stevens. Goes down low. Underneath to Doyle. Open. Puts it up and in. Matthews assists to Doyle. Gerard with his first 2 points. And the timeout called by the Hatchets with Washington trailing Loogootee 15-7.
Step into comfort and stylish footwear. Step into Rainey's shoes on Main in Washington. Rainey's have long been known for their fine footwear selection. Name brands like Wriggle, Red Wing, and Daniel Green for men. Rainey's have Lifestride, Footworks, Clinic, and more for ladies. Children's sizes are by the popular Pace Puppies and Kids. Shop Rainey's Shoe Store, the hard-to-fit shoe specialist, 320 East Main in Washington. Absolutely no contest, Jay. They have outscored the Hatchets 13-1. It was 6-2.
Morris with the shooting.
Washington had 3 out of 10 from the field. Loogootee had 3 out of 10. But in the first quarter, Washington picked up 4 fouls. Loogootee had 1, and that seems to be the difference. Washington laying off just a little bit.
Hatchets coming out on the floor. Loogootee out on the floor with Loogootee 15, Washington with 7. WFML, Washington, Indiana will be on the air tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, just ahead of the championship game. We know the Cardinals will be there. Right now, we're waiting to find out who their opponent will be. 9-7, the score at the end of the first quarter. Loogootee up by 2 as Weinecker hit a long shot just ahead of the gun, and Lugootee's had a habit of doing that just ahead of the quarter guns and horns. Washington Hatchets on the attack. Dave Stevens, Craig Neal is running mate. Stevens, Loogootee zone, left side Myers. Myers back to Stevens, top of the key. Right side bouncer to Craig Neal. Neal back to Stevens, top of the circle. Left side he goes. Being guarded by Landon very close in the corner to Chris Myers. Back to Dave Stevens. Stevens swinging it right side to Craig Neal. Neal back out to Stevens. Faking inside on the pass. Goes in the free throw circle. Left side shot by Myers in the air. It's no good. Rebound to Rick Schneier for Loogootee. And Schneier gives it off to Matthews, who wants Landon to work it across the timeline. Landon works it to the left side of the court. Gives it off on the left side to Doyle, down low. In the corner, Landon, shot over Neal, up and no good. Rebound to Matthews, goes for the shot, no good. Matthews misses it. Rebound tipped up by Doyle, no good. He grabs the ball and he's tied up on the rebound. J.R. Doyle will be going to the free throw circle as he was tied up on the rebounding play. Loogootee doing a good job keeping the ball alive. Doyle will be going up against Dave Stevens. Stevens has pretty good hands, and a lot of times this year he's forced some jump ball situations. Doyle at 6'5". Stevens is 6'3". Tap control by Matthews for Loogootee. Gives it off to Jamie Landon. Landon works it to his right. Gets a screen from Schneier. Stops on the dribble. Over on the pass to Weinecker. Top of the key. Weinecker bouncing it right side to Rick Schneier. Schneier back out to Matthews. Matthews circles to the left side. Gets it off to Weinecker. Being guarded by Wildman. Goes to the baseline. And we've got a foul called against the Hatchets. On the far side of the court, pushing foul against Washington. The official calls the foul against Jay Wildman, and that is his first. Loogootee in the bonus situation. Dave Weinecker moving to the line, and boy, Weineker's hit some big free throws for Loogootee towards the tail end of the season. His free throw actually won it for Loogootee last night, and he had one that won the game against Vincennes Lincoln. Weineker's foul shot up and in. So he'll have the bonus coming up. Weinecker with 3 points, and Loogootee up 16-7. With one more attempt, David Weinecker, 6 foot, 170-pounder. Weinecker second foul shot, no good. Rebound taken away by Doyle for Loogootee. In the corner, Weinecker back out. It goes to Matthews. Landon will set it up. Loogootee got the rebound off the missed free throw. Weinecker on the right wing. Matthews top of the key, left side to Landon. In the corner, Schneier shot over Myers, up, no good. Rebound tipped by Weinecker to Matthews in the lane. Shot over Stevens is good. Jim Matthews. Shot from about 12 feet. That's his first 2 points. Loogootee up 18-7. Dave Stevens, left side of the forecourt. In the corner to Myers. Myers at the post, gives it off to Stevens in the free throw lane. Left side to Myers down low. The ball deflected, taken off by Myers. Across the court to Wildman on the right side. Stops on the dribble. Back out to Stevens. In the right corner, Craig Neal. Lobbing it back out to Dave Stevens, top of the key. Swings over to Neal. Right baseline. Cut off by Weininger. Turnaround shot by Neal. Off the glass and in, and a foul called against Loogootee. Nice move by Craig Neal. He got the shot off the glass and in. A good spinning move. And he also picked up the foul against Loogootee. Neal, the shot will count. And the foul called against the Lions. David Weininger, that's his first. Tom Boucher coming in for the Hatchets. Going out is Jay Wildman. Craig Neal with 2 field goals, 4 points. Chance for the 3-point play. Loogotee's lead 18-9 over the Hatchets. First field goal in the second quarter for Washington. 3:56 left. And Neal with the 3-point play, 5 points. Loogootee 18, Washington 10. J.B. Lannon across the timeline. Washington man-to-man. Right side to Matthews. Matthews against Stevens. Back out to Weininger. Weininger down low to Doyle. To the baseline. Hands it off to Matthews. Matthews to Weininger. Weininger being guarded by Boucher. Boucher in the lineup for the Hatchets. Weininger hands it off to Schneier. Schneier, right side, Doyle. Goes down low. Underneath, Weininger open. Puts it up and in. Nice feed to David Weininger. He was open on the left side of the basket. The pass from the right side to the left side. Weininger with a total of 5 points. 20-10. Loogootee by 10. Left side, Boucher. Back out to Stevens. Stevens for the Hatchets. Left corner, Craig Neal. Neal inside to Myers. Shot from in front. Off the glass and no good. Rebound to Doyle for Loogootee. Doyle, Weininger, Matthews, Lannon all in the backcourt. They're hitting up court. Lannon with the basketball. Jamie Lannon in the free throw lane. Shot from 15 by Lannon. It's good. Jamie Lannon for Loogootee. He has 7. And Loogootee up by 12, 22-10. Washington looking to get something going against Loogootee. Neal, Stevens out front, top of the key. Right side to Neal. Neal on the wing, in the corner to Myers. Back to Neal. Over to Stevens from 20. Stevens fires and hits. Dave Stevens for the Hatchets. And we've got a whistle on the play as the ball got away. And now the clock is stopped with 2:36 left in the first half. Dave Stevens from straight away. That's his first 2 points. 22-12. Washington trailing by 10. J.B. Landon works it to the left, gives it off to Weininger, back out to Schneier, top of the key, right side to Matthews. Matthews over Stevens on the shot, he misses it. Rebound to Chris Myers. Outlet pass goes to Neal, 1-on-3, 1-on-4. Neal goes in the lane, down the lane, puts it up and in, and there was a foul before the shot was taken. Landon on the reach in. He picks up the personal foul. That's his first, the third against the team. As Craig Neal on his patented drive down the lane. And he got the shot to fall, but it will not count. And it will be an inbounds play for the Hatchets on the far side. Tossing it in will be Dave Stevens. Stevens for Washington on the far side. Gets it into Craig Neal. Neal hands it off to Stevens, right side of the forecourt. Left side pass to Boucher on the wing. He's open. He fires it. He misses it. Rebound off the hands of Myers. Taken off by Matthews. Racing down low, left side. Lost the ball off his foot out of bounds. So Loogootee turns it over. Matthews kicked it out of bounds. It will be Washington working the ball up court. Stevens and Neal in the backcourt. Dave Stevens, the playmaker. Neal will work it on the right side. Away from the ball. Stevens, top of the key. Looking to his right. In the corner, over the head of Neal. Neal saves it from going out of bounds, but right to Rick Schneier for Loogootee. And he'll let Jamie Lannon handle the ball. Jack Butcher off the bench, telling his team to slow it down, be a little patient, cool it a little bit. Landon on the far side, goes to the baseline, shot on the run, air ball, and an offensive foul called against Jamie Landon. Or actually, it'll be a foul after the shot was taken going into the defender. Jamie Landon picks up his second personal foul, only the fourth against the team. So the Hatchets not in the bonus yet. Ryan Templin coming in for Loogootee. Going out will be Jamie Landon. So Loogootee will move Weininger out at a guard position alongside Matthews with Templin, Schneier, and Doyle working on the front line. And Loogootee on the other end setting up in their 2-3 defense, a zone. And Stevens now working against that Loogootee zone. Stevens out front, left side to Boucher. Boucher to the baseline, cut off, back out to Stevens. Inside to Myers, down low, Neal on the back door, lays it up and in. Craig Neal drove the baseline, put it up and in. And Neal with 7. The Hatchets are trailing 22-14. Loogootee basketball. Matthews left side. In the corner, Ryan Templin. Down low to Doyle. Turnaround shot over Harris. No good by Doyle. Rebound to Chris Myers. And working the ball up court, Dave Stevens. Stevens getting instructions from Stan Neal. Goes down the lane. Lays it up. It goes in. and the shot will not count. There was a foul called against Loogootee, I believe. Now Stevens going down the lane, saw a little opening in the zone, and the shot went in, but it will not count. Second time Washington has lost some baskets because of the foul situation. Weininger picks up the foul. That is his second. Jamie Lannon checking back in for Loogootee. Going out is Ryan Templin. 22-14, Washington trailing by 8. And we'll have some free throws coming up for the Hatchets. Dave Stevens will be towing the line. And Stevens on the year, he is a 77% foul shooter, averaging 7.3 a game. Stevens so far tonight has 1 field goal, 2 points. He'll be shooting 1 and 1. Hatchets trailing Loogootee 22-14. And you're listening to Washington Sectional Tournament coverage on WFML Radio in Washington, Indiana. Washington Catholic moving to the championship game. They knocked off Shoals 52-47. Stevens with one and possibly another. Eyes the hoop. The shot is in the air. It's up. It's no good. Rebound taken off by Bushy. Loses it. In the corner, Myers grabbing for the ball, along with Jamie Lannon. Jeff Ball coming up in the free throw circle of the Hatchets. Chris Myers for Washington and Jamie Lannon for Loogootee. As Stevens missed that last foul shot, score remains 22-14. We have 1 minute and 3 seconds left in the second quarter. Loogootee with the 21-game winning streak undefeated. Washington flying 15-6 record. Jamie Lannon at a disadvantage as far as size goes. Lannon at 5'8", and Chris Myers, stocky 6'2" lad. And the ball's up. The tip controlled by whom? It's on the floor underneath. Weininger saves it from going out of bounds and picking up Matthews, double teamed, and the ball knocked out of bounds by Bushy. So Loogootee will have it, working the length of the court. Matthews gets it into Jamie Lannon. Jack Butcher going for the four corners offense. 4 corners, 3-2. Lannon gives it off to Weininger, to Rick Schneider. Gives it off to Matthews. He brings it back out from the free throw circle to the timeline. Matthews being guarded closely by Stevens. Hands it off to Weininger. He races to the far side. Gives it off to Doyle. Doyle goes underneath. Lays it up. No good. An offensive foul called against J.R. Doyle. Smacking into Chris Myers. Doyle decided to go for the hoop. And he drove, laid it up. The shot did not fall, and he ran into the defender, J.R. Doyle, with 2 personal fouls. And we're going to have free throws coming up as the foul came after the shot was in the air. Jim Matthews, Dave Weininger, Jamie Lannon, J.R. Doyle, Rick Schneider. Now Ryan Templin coming in, and going out for Loogootee will be, I believe, J.R. Doyle. Doyle will be checking out for Loogootee, and he has 2 points of the field goal. Score 22-14. The Hatchets are trailing by 8. And Doyle giving some words from Jack Butcher as he goes to the bench. Chris Myers at the line for the Hatchets, shooting 1 and maybe another. Washington so far 2 out of 4 from the foul line. Harris 1 out of 2. Craig Nill with 1 out of 1. Dave Stevens 0 out of 1. Chris Myers looking for his first point tonight. That score has been stuck at 22-14 for quite some time. Hatchets have scored 7 points here in the second quarter. Loogootee with a total of 13. Foul shot, no good, but Myers rebound to Rick Schneider. Weininger and Lannon in the backcourt. Jamie Lannon for Loogootee gets it up ahead of Weininger on the near side. Weininger to Schneider, back to David Weininger, to Jimmy Matthews being guarded by Stevens. Matthews hands it off to Jamie Lannon. Lannon on the far side to Matthews, to Ryan Templin. Templin being guarded by Harris on the other side. The pass deflected, stolen away by the Hatchets. The ball now loose on the floor, taken back by Matthews for Loogootee. Pass now stolen away by Harris. 5 seconds left. Or make that Chris Myers. Gives it off to Nill. 30-footer by Nill is no good. Rebound off the hand of Bushy. Goes in the corner. The horn sounds. And that's the end of the first half, with Loogootee leading Washington by a score 22-14. It's Loogootee 22, Washington 14. We'll be back right after this.
More channels, 24-hour news and music. Yes, that's what you'll enjoy with those more and more full VU television. They'll still get all of what you want if you'll subscribe to the new system being installed by Vincennes UCA TV. Orders are now being taken to be installed as soon as the equipment arrives. Phone today to reserve your service request. in Washington. Phone 254-0181.
Well, the first part of the second quarter, Loogootee had control. Then the Hatchets came back. And towards the tail end of the second quarter, nobody really had control of the game.
Well, the Hatchets had 4 straight points, ones and ones, and they had a chance to close the gap. Loogootie's played a very smart floor game. They're keeping the Hatchets outside, and they consistently pass it around the horn trying to get the back door, but they're sagging back on that 2-1-2 zone, and that's cutting off the Hatchets' main offensive weapon. Actually, I'm surprised the score is that even as high as it is, the way they're not taking any more shots.
Taking a look at the individual scoring. First of all, before we do that, Pete, do you have anything for us as far as scores go?
Well, at Terre Haute South down Clay City 81-43. At Greencastle 66 and South Putnam 48. At South Bend, it was South Bend LaSalle 80 and Mishawaka 44. And at Southport, Indianapolis Howe 72, Perry Meridian 58. And back to you.
Well, taking a look at the Loogootee scoring, the Lions, Brian Templin with the field goal, 2 points. Rick Schneer with 4 points on the field goal and a couple of free throws. Jared Doyle with 2 points on the field goal. Jimmy Landon with 7 points, hitting 3 field goals from about 20 feet out. Landon with 7 points, 3 field goals and a free throw. Jim Matthews with a basket, 2 points, and David Weiniger with a couple of field goals and a free throw, 5 points for David Weiniger. Now for the Washington Hatchets, Chris Myers did not score. Jay Wildman had a basket, 2 points. Darrell Harris with 3, field goal and a free throw, 3 points for Darrell Harris. Craig Neal with a total of 7 points, 3 field goals and a free throw, 7 points for Craig Neal. And Dave Stevens with a basket, 2 points. That's the Hatchets. Wildman with 2, Harris with 3, 7 from Neal, and Stevens with 2. And here is Morris Cox.
Okay, Jay, nobody's shooting very well on either team as far as that goes. The Hatchets in that quarter shot 3 out of 11 and ended up for the half with 6 of 22, which is pretty poor free throw or field goal shooting. The Loogootee Lions had 5 of 11 that quarter, which is not too bad, but coupled with 3 of 10 in the first quarter, they ended up 8 of 21. But the difference here is that Loogootee has hit 4 straight free throws, and Washington's hit 2 out of 5. A little bit ragged play there on both sides. Loogootee has 4 errors, Washington has 2, but still kind of ragged.
This game probably, I would say about 300, 400 tickets away from a sellout. We don't have a complete sellout, but we have about the same type of a crowd we had Wednesday night, with only a few bleacher seats at the top of the gym, only seats available. In the first game tonight, Washington Catholic knocked off Shoals 52-47. For Washington Catholic, Bill Brown had a total of 25 points. Jim LaGrange with 6. And Rod Steimel had a good ball game with 8 points. Jim Burton, 4 points. Brian Stallman with a total of 9. And for Shoals, they were led by Todd Harding with 10 points. And let's see, Derek Jones at 9. Larry Summers at 9. And that's the scoring in the first game of this Friday night doubleheader. Once again, Loogootee over Washington. The score 22-14. And we're going to take this news break, brought to you by Mr. Geddes and the Main Street Pharmacy. We'll be back in about 5 minutes.
Time for us now is 19 minutes away from 10 o'clock, and this is WFML.
Top of the key, right side to Stevens. In the corner, swings it back out to Neal. In the lane, shot on the move by Neal. Up, it rims out. Rebound tipped up by Neal, though. Taken away by Templin, and Templin was fouled underneath by Craig Neal. Craig Neal picks up the foul. That is his 4th personal foul. As Kelly Brashear will be checking in for the Hatchets, and going out will be Craig Neal. Hatchets getting into foul trouble. Myers with 4, and Craig Neal with 4. 3 for Stevens, 2 for Harris, 1 for Wildman. And the Hatchets are not deep at all on the bench. And now they're bringing in Brashear, who has seen very little action all year. Loogootee really doesn't have that much bench strength either. They go about 6 or 7 deep. Brian Templin at the line shooting 1-1. He has 4 points in the game. Templin eyeing the hoop. Foul shot by Templin up, and it's no good. Rebound taken off by Darrell Harris. And he gives it off to Stevens. A minute 18 left in the third quarter. Loogootee cannot hit their free throws here. Brashear, top of the key. Right side to Stevens. Stevens for the Hatchets, back out to Brashear. In the corner, Dave Stevens. Back to Kelly Brashear in the free throw circle. Stops on the dribble. Right side to Stevens. Stevens on the wing against Landon. Across the court to Bishy on the left side. Bishy on the wing. Across to Stevens on the right side. Down low against Templin. Stevens in the corner. Fires over Landon. He misses it. Landon called for the foul. Got his hand in. and fouled Dave Stevens of the shots. Jamie Lannon picks up his 3rd personal foul. Well, Dave Stevens going to the line for the Hatchets. Stevens with 2 points on the field goal, 0 out of 1 for the foul line. Stevens coming into the game, shooting at 77% from the foul line. Stevens, a 6'3" senior. His shot is in the air, it's good. Stevens with 3 points. The Hatchets are trailing by 5, 29-24. Stevens' second foul shot will be coming up very, very shortly. Stevens taking his time, it's in the air. Stevens hits, nope, misses. Rebound taken off by Schneer. Schneer gives it off to Templin. Templin in the backcourt. Getting across the timeline, 45 seconds left. Templin works it to the right side. Has the ball, Templin still with it. Down post, Doyle gives it off to Matthews. Over to Schneer, lays it up, no good. Rebound to Doyle, he puts it up, no, he was fouled. Doyle was fouled underneath, going for the rebound. He got the ball, tried to put it up. He couldn't get the shot to fall, but he was fouled. He'll be going to the line, shooting 2. Jay Wildman picks up the foul for the Hatchets, and Wildman has 2 personal fouls. J.R. Doyle to the line for Loogootee. As we mentioned, Loogootee having their problems here in the 3rd quarter. Doyle shooting 2, and Doyle with 2 field goals, 4 points. Doyle's foul shot is in the air. Doyle hits it, and Loogootee is leading by 6, 30-24. Doyle with 1 more attempt coming up. 6'5" senior, leading scorer for the Lions. Second foul shot, no good. The rebound to Boucher. Up ahead to Stevens. Stevens on the far side, setting it up. Gives it off to Kelly Brashear, point guard, in the free throw circle. Right side to Boucher on the wing. Shot over landed by Boucher, no good. Rebound to Wildman, puts it up and in. Jay Wildman for the Washington Hatchets. That's his 2nd basket, 30-26. Loogootee leading by 4. Landon up ahead, timeline to Matthews, to Doyle, hands it off to Matthews, goes to the baseline, stops, being guarded by Stevens, bouncing it to Templin. 8 seconds left. Landon bringing out front, 5 seconds left. Landon, 3 seconds left. Landon to the right side to Templin, shot over Boucher, air ball, and we've got a foul against Tom Boucher. Boucher calls for the foul. Ryan Templin will be going to the line, shooting 2. Tom Boucher stuck his hands up as Templin took that long shot, and Templin drew the foul on Boucher. That's his 1st personal foul. Ryan Templin will be going to the line for the Loogootee Lions as the Hatchet cheerleaders out on the court going through the motions while Loogootee trying to shoot some foul shots. As the official will send the Hatchet cheerleaders over to the sideline, telling them to cool it until Templin has his try at the foul line. Shooting 2. Templin with 4 points. Washington trailing 30-26. Templin. Foul shot is in the air. Templin hits it. So Loogootee up 31-26. Looking to go up by 6 to the bench. Templin's foul shot is in the air, and he hits both of them. So the score 32-26, and we'll be back with the final quarter right after this.
Vincennes University Alumni Association is again sponsoring a tour to 7 exciting countries in Europe. The trip will begin in either Vincennes or Indianapolis on June the 27th and return on July the 10th. You'll see the thrilling sights of London, Luxembourg, Paris, Rome, Milan, Lucerne, Amsterdam, and Heidelberg, just to name only a few. For complete information concerning the 1982 Vincennes University Alumni European Tour, phone the Alumni Office, 885-4354.
Morris.
Here's the shooting, Jay, for the 3rd quarter. Hatchets hit 5 of 12 and Loogootee 2 of 7.
Okay, the Loogootee Lions on the tip. They control the basketball. Schneer, Matthews gives it off to Landon. Landon on the drive in the free throw circle. Shot by Landon, no good. Rebound tip by Wildman. Taken off by Jay Wildman. Hatchets on the attack. Loogootee 32, Washington 26. Kelly Brashear with the basketball, top of the key. Pass on the right side to Boucher. Boucher back out to Brashear. Right side to Wildman. Wildman against the Loogootee zone. Back out to Kelly Brashear in the free throw circle. Right side to Stevens. Stevens back out to Brashear. His long shot, no good. Rebound Boucher for the Hatchets. Shot over Doyle from in front, no good. Rebound, Schneer had a handle it, taken off by Wildman trying to go up for the shot. He was stripped, and a reach-in foul called against Loogootee. It'll be called, I believe, against Ryan Templin. It will be against Templin, and that is the 2nd personal foul against Ryan Templin. Templin has 6 points. Rick Schneer with a total 6 points. J.R. Doyle with a total of 5. Jamie Landon with 9, Matthews with 2, and Weiniger with 5. Wildman shooting 2 for the Hatchets. Foul shot is up, and it's no good. Wildman with 4 points. 0 out of 1 now from the foul line. Wildman is a 6-foot junior. Foul shot by Wildman in the air. This one is good. The score 32-27. Loogootee against the man-to-man Washington press. Matthews gets it into Lannon. Lannon being guarded by Brashear. Gets a little screen for Matthews. Lannon up ahead across the top line to Rick Schneer. Schneer to Jamie Lannon. Lannon being guarded by Brashear. Works it to the right side in the corner to Jim Matthews. Matthews back out to Rick Schneer. Schneer gives it off to Ryan Templin. Templin hands it off to Jamie Lannon. Lannon on the dribble to the left side of the court. Spins in the lane. Shot in front. In traffic. Air ball. Rebound. Doyle had a hand on it. Taken off by Wildman. Down to Doyle. Fadeaway shot. Doyle misses it. Rebound to Templin trying to position underneath. And a foul called against Jay Wildman as Ryan Templin will be moving to the line. Jay Wildman picks up the foul. That is his 3rd personal foul. And going to the line for the Lions will be Ryan Templin. Templin with 6 points. 2 out of 3 from the foul line. Doyle on the night has 5 points. Jamie Lannon with a total of 9. And 5 from Weiniger, 2 from Matthews. Templin 1 and 1. Foul shot coming up. Templin hits it. He's now hit 3 in a row. And he has 7 points in the game. The Hatchets are trailing Loogootee 33-27. Loogootee looking to go up by 7 points. Templin for the Lions. 41-0 record for Loogootee. Templin's foul shots in the air. This one is also good. 34-27 is the score. And the Hatchets do have the basketball. Kelly Brashear for the Hatchets, top of the key. Bouncing it right corner to Dave Stevens. Underneath the Harris. Puts it up. No good. Rebound taken up by Schneer. Gives it off to Jamie Lannon. Lannon up ahead. It goes to Jimmy Matthews. Matthews working against Stevens. Goes by Stevens. Left side to Schneer. Rick Schneer. Baseline left to Jimmy Matthews. Matthews in the free throw lane. Works it to the right side. Swings it back out to Jamie Lannon. Lannon works it to the left side. Lannon gets it off to Ryan Templin. Right side to Jim Matthews. Matthews goes to the baseline. Jumper by Matthews. Up and in. Jim Matthews from the right baseline hits the jumper. He has a total of 4 points. Loogootee 36. Washington with 27. Brashear, top of the key. Right side to Bushy. Bushy's long shot over Lannon. In and out. Rebound. Stevens had a hand on it. Tied up by Rick Schneer. Dave Stevens will be moving to the free throw circle. The Hatchet free throw circle going up against Rick Schneer. Schneer at 6'1", and Stevens, he'll be moving into the free throw circle 6'3". Loogootee 36, Washington 27, WFML, Washington, Indiana. Tap control by Schneer, taken off the hand of a Loogootee Lion, and we cannot see who it was. I believe it was Ryan Templin. He falls to the floor, knocked the ball out of bounds. The Hatchets will have it. Dave Stevens will be tossing it in. Gets it in to Kelly Brashear. Brashear for the Hatchets, top of the key. Looking to his left in the corner to Wildman. Corner shot by Wildman, up and in. Jay Wildman gathering for the Hatchets. He has 7. 36-29 Loogootee. Templin up ahead. It goes to Schneer. Schneer spins away from Wildman. Now stops on the dribble. Needs help. Double team. Wildman gets it off to Jamie Lannon. Lannon goes by Brashear. Takes it to the top of the key. Now circles out. Works it to the right side. And we've got a foul called against Kelly Brashear as Jamie Lannon hawking that ball. And Brashear picks up the foul. That's the first personal foul called against Kelly Brashear. And going to the line for the Lions will be Jamie Lannon. And Lannon for Loogootee has a total of 9 points, including 3 free throws. And those points came in the first half. Or make that 7 of the 9 points came in the first half. Lannon hits another free throw. He's 4 out of 4 from the line. And Loogootee is up by 8, 37-29. Lannon's foul shot up. Lannon hits this one too. He has 11 points. Loogootee 38-29. Dave Stevens up court for the Hatchets on the right side. Stevens left side. The pass kicked out of bounds by Matthews. Washington will have it. Kelly Brashear was the intended receiver. The ball kicked out of bounds. The Hatchets will be moving into their starters. Craig Nill and Chris Myers. The Hatchets also Loogootee wanting a timeout with Washington substituting. The Lions call a timeout with 5:24 left in the ball game.
Just as experienced, well-trained teams do the best at tournament time, Home Building Savings and Loans well-trained staff can do the best job helping you meet your financial goals. In today's complex financial world, you can get personalized, friendly, convenient service at Home Building Savings and Loans. Call or visit Home Building soon and discuss your financial needs.
38 for the Lions and 29 for the Hatchets. Morris?
Unusual, Jay. The Lions have only hit 3 field goals this entire second half, yet they've got a 9-point lead. And it's kind of amazing. The Hatchets have only taken 4 shots this quarter, and they've hit 1 of them. But the Hatchets hit 5 in the third quarter, and they're still 9 points behind, so I don't really understand this game. It's kind of confusing.
Well, Loogootee, a lot of times they win games at the free throw line. Hatchets had to come from behind against Bar Reeve last Wednesday night, and if they're going to win this game, they're going to have to come from behind again. Dave Stevens and Craig Neal out on the court along with Jay Wildman, Darrell Harris, and Chris Myers, the original starting lineup going probably the rest of the way until somebody might foul out. Neal left side to Stevens. Stevens on the wing. Across the court to Myers. Down low right side. Pass inside to Harris. We've got a foul away from the ball. Myers was fouled as he was triple teamed, surrounded by 3 Loogootee Lions. And Templin called for the foul. That's his 3rd personal foul. Chris Myers moving into the free throw circle for the Hatchet. Now in the bonus. Myers has not scored tonight. He's a 6'2", 206-pound senior, averaging 5.5 a game. Myers' foul shot is good. So the Lions have a 38-30 lead over the Hatchets. Myers for the Hatchets looking to score his 2nd points if he can hit this free throw. Myers' foul shot off the glass and in. He banked it in. 38-31, Loogootee basketball. Ryan Templin over to Matthews, up ahead to Schneer on the left side. Back to Jim Matthews. Reaching foul called against Dave Stevens. Stevens picks up his 4th personal foul. Myers with 4, Wildman with 3 fouls, Harris with 2, 4 for Neal, Stevens with 4, and 1 each, Bushy and Brashear. As Jimmy Matthews will be moving to the line for the Loogootee Lions, and Matthews of the night has 2 field goals, 4 points. First appearance at the line. Matthews with a good night from the foul line Wednesday against Pike Central. Loogootee winning 39-37. Matthews' foul shot, no good. Rebound to Harris for the Hatchets. Gives it off to Chris Myers, up across the timeline to Neal. Working it to the left side, back out to Chris Myers. Right side to Stevens on the wing. Looking inside, looking for someone. Harris baseline back to Stevens. Swinging it out to Harris or to Myers. Right side to Stevens. Goes around Templin. Dishes off inside to Darrell Harris. Shot from underneath. No. Rebound to J.R. Doyle for Loogootee. He's fouled underneath. Hatchet's going the foul, I believe, against Stevens. If so, that's his 5th personal foul. And he goes to the sideline. He fouls out of the game with 4:45 left. And Tom Bushy will be checking in. Stevens fouls out for the Hatchets. And he leaves the line up with a total of 3 points. At the line will be J.R. Doyle for Loogootee. And Doyle with 1 and 1. Loogootee looking for a little better luck from the foul line. Doyle 1 out of 2. He has a total of 5 points. Doyle eyeing it. His foul shot's in the air, off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound goes to the Hatchets. Harris gets it off to Myers. And Coach Stan Neal wants a timeout with 4:40 left of the ball game. Loogootee 38, Washington 31.
No matter what your age, the proper vitamins should be an integral part of your daily diet. Now, Formula 5 Drugs, Highway 231 South in Loogootee, stocks a complete line of Hudson vitamins to help ensure good health for you and your family. Formula 5 is the complete drugstore, featuring health and beauty aids that not only keep you feeling good, but looking good as well. Hudson vitamins and Formula 5 drugs. Combined forces for your family's good health. Formula 5, Highway 231 South in Loogootee. Glad to be bringing you Hoosier Hysteria at its best.
Loogootee 38, Washington 31. And we'll check the lineups as both teams break out onto the courts. For the Loogootee Lions, they have Rick Schneer, J.R. Doyle, Jamie Landon, Jim Matthews, and Dave Weininger. For the Hatchets, Craig Neal, along with Chris Myers, Jay Wildman, Darrell Harris, and Tom Bushy. Myers in the game with 4 fouls, Neal with 4. Stevens fouled out about a minute ago. Chris Myers on the attack for the Hatchets. They're trailing 38-31. Myers in the free throw lane. Down the lane. Shot from in front by Myers. No good. Rebound taken off by Weidiger for Loogootee. Gets it off to Jamie Landon. Landon against Neal. Up ahead it goes to Weidiger. Post Schnarr. Over to Doyle. Doyle at the high post. In the corner to Matthews. Down low. Shot by Matthews. Up and in. Jim Matthews driving, putting it up and in on the run. Matthews with a total of 6 points. 40-31. Myers, left corner, intended for Neal, still away by Schnarr. Up ahead, open, Landon lays it up off the glass and in. Jamie Landon took the outlet pass, put it up and in, and Landon hits one for Loogootee, 42-31. The Hatchets are trailing by 11. Chris Myers for Washington. Bushy on the right side, back to Myers in the free throw circle. Bushy on the right wing. Bushy for the Hatchets, back out to Myers. Left side to Neal. Neal for Washington, back out to Myers at the post. Over to Bushy, free throw circle shot by Bushy, up and in for Tom Bushy. Bushy countering for the Hatchets. He has 8 points, 42-33, as the Washington Hatchets are trailing Loogootee by 9 points. Jamie Landon for Loogootee in that last lay-in. He now has a total of 13 points. 13 points for Jamie Landon to lead the Loogootee attack. Washington man-to-man, full-court defense. In the backcourt, David Weidiger. Weidiger up over Neal to Jamie Landon. Landon out front. Works it to the left side. In the corner to Weidiger. Down low to Doyle. Spins against Harris. Cut off by Harris. In the corner to Weidiger. Back out to Jamie Landon. Landon works it to the left side. Baseline to Weidiger. Double team. Trapped in the corner. Weidiger goes underneath. Dishes off to Landon. Shot off the glass by Landon is good. Jamie Landon with 15 points. And Loogootee has a 44-33 lead over the Washington Hatchets. Washington basketball, they're trailing. Myers, right side to Bushy. Jumper by Bushy, up, bounces high, drops off, rebound to Neal. He puts it off the glass and in. Craig Neal, rebound basket for the Hatchets, and the score 44-35. Matthews will be trying to get it inbounds. Gets it into Weidiger. Weidiger over to Matthews. 2:47 left in the game. Matthews up ahead. It goes to Jamie Landon. Landon for the Lions. Works it to the left side of the circle. Now reverses to the right. In the corner, it goes to Matthews. Matthews back out to Schnarr. Going in for the steal. Wildman knocks it away to Neal. Neal 3-on-2. Lays it up and in. Craig Neal on the lay-in. 2 baskets for Craig. The score 44-37. Loogootee with the lead. And a timeout called by the Washington Hatchets by the Loogootee Lions. 2:25 left of the game.
You'll be a winner every time when you have your water wells drilled by S&S Drilling in Montgomery. S&S Drilling has the experience and know-how to get the job done and done right. Whether your water system calls for a submerged or jet pump, S&S Drilling in Montgomery has the equipment to handle your needs. And for service, S&S Drilling has radio dispatch trucks to give you the full service that you expect from a drilling company. So, for all of your water drilling needs, call S&S Drilling at 486-3390. That's 486-3390.
Say a couple of scores from around the state, guys. At Evansville, it was Evansville-Bosse 73, Evansville Memorial 47, and Bloomington South defeated Orleans 57-49.
Thanks a lot, Peach. We're here at the Hatchet House, and the score 44-37. Loogootee up by 7 as Craig Neal's hit a couple of baskets in a row, and he now has 14 points in the game. Washington full-court man-to-man defense. Loogootee having to work the length of the court. Matthews will be tossing it in for Washington. Matthews gets it into Landon. Landon trapped, gets it over to Matthews. Up ahead to Schnarr. Schnarr catches the pass. We got a 3-on-2. Now Schnarr holds it up, gives it off to Matthews. Matthews out front. Pass right side to Rick Schnarr. Schnarr against Wildman. Back out to Doyle, top of the key. Doyle takes the handoff. Now goes to Schnarr. Doyle on the handoff. Drags his pivot foot. And he's called for traveling. Turnover against Loogootee. We've got 2:09 left in the ball game. The Hatchets are trailing by 7. Chris Myers with the Hatchets. Out front. Right side to Bushy. Back out to Myers, top of the key. Myers looking to his right. In the corner to Neal. Goes to the baseline. Dishes off in front to Harris. Left-handed shot, no good. Harris with the rebound. Off the glass with the shot, no good. Doyle on the rebound for Loogootee. Gives it off to Jamie Landon. Landon working up court against Craig Neal. Neal with 4 fouls. Landon with the basketball. He has 14 points. In the corner, Matthews open for the baseline. Shoots and misses. Rebound to Weidiger. Foul called underneath against J.R. Doyle. Pushing foul against Doyle. And that is the third against the Lions, J.R. Doyle. will be going to the other end. Foul shot coming up for the Hatchets. Moving to the line will be Darrell Harris from Washington, and he has a total of 3 points, a field goal and a free throw. Harris for the Hatchets on the night. Once again, 3 points on the year. 61% shooter from the foul line. Before Harris takes the foul shots, we've got a timeout on the play by Loogootee. 1:40 left in the ball game.
Well, here they come, the big concrete fleet from Jones & Sons Concrete of Washington. They're ready for any concrete job, big or small, in town or out, when and where you want it. Jones & Sons of Washington is the only company in this listening area with a front discharge mixer. They'll put concrete exactly where you need it. Jones & Sons Concrete has the potential to do more yardage than any concrete firm in the entire area. Just give Jones & Sons a call next time you need concrete. They'll put the big front discharge mixer units to work for you. That's Jones & Sons Concrete, Highway 57 South in Washington.
Well, the winner of this game moves on to the championship game tomorrow night against the Washington Catholic Cardinals of Dave Worland. The Cardinals have won 2 games in the sectional, knocking off North Davies 72-51 and Shoals by a score of 52-47. The Hatchets trailing Loogootee 44-37. At the line for Washington is Darrell Harris, a 6'5", 202-pound senior. Harris, 3 points, a field goal, and a free throw. Harris, one and maybe another. Foul shot by Darrell is good. That makes the score 44-38. Loogootee by 6. It'll be Loogootee by 5 if Harris hits the second one. Harris, foul shot is in the air. Harris hits both of them, 44-39. Loogootee basketball. Matthews gets it into Lannon. Lannon double team, gets it out of traffic. Lannon in the backcourt. Up ahead it goes to Weininger. Weininger on the near sideline. Being hawked, gets it off to Lannon. Lannon being followed by 2 defenders. In the corner to Matthews. He's double teamed. Gets it back out to Lannon. Lannon gets it off to Matthews on the far sideline. Swings it back out to Lannon. Lannon, right side to Schnare. In the corner to Matthews. Goes to the baseline. Along the side, bouncing along the side to Schnare. Schnare in the corner to Matthews. A minute 10 left in the game. Matthews drives in the free throw lane. Bouncing it out to Lannon. In the corner, left side, Weininger. Lobs it back out to Jimmy Lannon, over to Rick Schnare. Schnare out front, being guarded by Wildman. Needs help, and he is fouled. Reach-in foul called against Jay Wildman. And Wildman picks up his 4th personal foul. At the line for Loogootee will be Rick Schnare. And Schnare will be shooting 1 and 1. He has a total of 5 points, field goal, and 3 free throws. Schnare is a junior, 6'1", 165-pound junior. Loogootee starts 3 seniors, Templin, Doyle, and Matthews. A couple of juniors, Lannon and Schnare. Washington wants a timeout. 58 seconds left, 44-39 to score.
Tournament basketball is being brought to you in part by the Martin County Bank of Shoals and Crane, inviting you to check out the IRA account to help build a secure future. An IRA lets you set aside a large amount of money for retirement that earns tax-free interest until it's withdrawn. Just one of the many services at the Martin County Bank in Shoals and also in Crane that lets you plan your financial future. Come in and let the folks at Martin County Bank help you plan yours today.
Well, the Loogootee Lions at the foul line. Rick Schnare for the Lions. The score 44-39. And we've got the Lions up by 5. 58 seconds left in the ball game. And they say that once Loogootee gets the lead towards the latter stages of the game, that pretty well shuts the door. But the Hatchets still got some life left, and some big free throws will be coming up for the Lions. Moving to the line will be Rick Schnare, looking to increase that Loogootee lead by maybe 6 and possibly 7. Ricky Schnare. 1 and 1. South basket he's at. Schnare's foul shot up, and it spins out. Rebound to Darrell Harris. Gets it off to Craig Neal. Neal on the near side. Works in the free throw lane. Circles to the left side. Gets it off to Myers. Myers top of the circle. In the lane. Shot from 14 by Myers. No good. Rebound taken off by Harris. He falls to the floor. Ball loose on the floor. Lannon reaching in for Loogootee and tying up Jay Wildman. So a jump ball situation at the Washington free throw circle. Wildman, a 5'11.5 jumping jack against 5'8 Jamie Lannon. Coming up at the Washington free throw circle. which is the north basket here tonight. Kelly Brashear coming in for the Hatchets of Stan Hill, and he'll be checking in for Chris Myers. Kelly possibly a little better outside shooter than Chris, and that's what they need right now. Jay Wildman against Lannon. The tap control. Nobody controls it. They'll do it again. Wildman, 5'11.5". Lannon, 5'8". Tap controlled by the Hatchets. Neal, top of the key. In the free throw lane, down low, right baseline. In the corner to Bushy. Fires over Lannon. Bushy misses it. Rebound taken off by J.R. Doyle. He's fouled from behind. Knocked to the floor. Harris on the foul. And Darrell Harris picks up his third foul. J.R. Doyle was fouled. He'll be going to the other end, shooting 1-1. Loogootee trying to hang on here. Their lead is at 5, 44-39. Coming in for the Hatchets, back in Chris Myers. Going out for a few seconds to get some instructions from Stan Hill. Kelly Brashear going out. Myers coming in. Setting up along the lane for a possible rebound as Jared Doyle looking to hit some free throws. Doyle with 5 points, about 5 under his average. Doyle's foul shot is up. Doyle misses it. Rebound goes off to the side to Chris Myers. Up ahead it goes to Neal. Down the lane. Twisting shot by Neal. Lays it up. No good. Rebound to David Weiniger. He's triple teamed and he was fouled by Tom Bushy. Bushy picks up the foul. That is Tom's second personal foul. Before we move to the other end for free throws, Pete, you want to break in and give us some more scores?
Yes, let's see here at Madison. It was Silver Creek 39, Madison 37. At Martinsville, Bloomington North 54, Edgewood 41. At Franklin Central, Warren Central 53, and Beech Grove 40. And at Ben Davis, it was Pike 56, Speedway 49.
David Weiniger at the foul line for Loogootee, shooting 1-1. His foul shot, no good. Rebound to Chris Myers. Myers, 22 seconds left. Myers, top of the key, in the lane. Stops underneath, off the hand of Harris. Thrown away by Doyle. Harris had a hand on it, but Doyle took it away. And Harris turns around and fouls J.R. Doyle. And that's Harris's fourth personal foul. So Loogootee looking to hit a foul shot, and they haven't been doing that here in the fourth quarter. Not very often they have. No, Jamie Lannon has hit some big free throws for Loogootee. Jamie Lannon right now, the star of the game as far as the Lions concerned. J.R. Doyle shooting 1-1. And he eyes the hoop. Foul shot is in the air. Foul shot, good. So they hit one. J.R. Doyle does it for Loogootee. And that's his 6th point. Loogootee 45, Washington 39. 16 seconds left. Right now, Loogootee has the upper hand. Possibility they may be playing the Cardinals tomorrow night. Doyle hits both of them. 46-39, Washington's Craig Neal on the right side of the lane. Down low, shot in traffic off the glass and in for Craig Neal. At the Hatchet, 16 points, 46-41. 6 seconds left. Weiniger on the other end. Lannon open, lays it up and in. Jamie Lannon on the layup, and that's the ball game as the Washington Hatchets fall to the Loogootee Lions by a score of 48-41. That last basket by Jamie Lannon, and Lannon ends the ball game. We have him for 15 points, but we'll recheck that in just a few minutes. Anyway, Loogootee 48, Washington 41, and the Lions against the Cardinals tomorrow night at 7:30. Back right after this.
You or your company can be a winner every time you do business with Sam G. and the Ratliff Oil Company, Highway 50 East in Washington. Ratliff Oil offers Sunoco oil products for home, farm, and service stations at competitive prices with fast, efficient service. So for the finest in oil products, insist on Sunoco from Ratliff Oil Company, jobbers of Sun Oil products. You know, what makes the Washington National Bank is very special? Well, there's lots of reasons. The latest, perhaps, is the banking innovations, the convenient checking and savings, but one of the most important things is the friendly service you get as well. In this workaday world we live in, the folks at the Washington National Bank knows that sometimes a person can get down a little bit. So they made a friendly smile and a handshake a part of their workaday world. They feel that's just as important as there are many other services. And, of course, it's free. That's the Washington National Bank. They haven't forgotten personal service.
Well, taking a look at the scoring for the Loogootee Lions, Ryan Templin of the night with 6 points. And Ryan with 4 free throws. He had some big free throws, a couple of field goals. 6 points for Ryan Templin. Rick Schneider on the night with a total of 5 points. 3 free throws and a field goal. 5 for Rick Schneider. Jared Doyle with a total of 6 points. Jared Doyle will make that 7 points. Doyle for Loogootee. Jamie Landon on the night with a total of 17 points. Landon with 17 points to lead Loogootee scoring. Jim Matthews with a total of 6 points. David Weininger with 5. That's the Loogootee scoring. For Washington High School, Chris Myers with 2 points. Jay Wildman with a total of 7. Darrell Harris with a total of 5 points. Craig Nill on the night with 16. Dave Stevens with 3. And Tom Bushy with 8. So Nill led the Hatchet scoring with 16. And for Loogootee, Jamie Landon with a total of 17 points. Dick?
Step into comfort and stylish footwear. Step into Rainey's shoes on Main in Washington. Rainey's have long been known for their fine footwear selection. Name brands like Regal, Red Wing, and Daniel Green for men. For the ladies, Rainey's have Life Stride, Clinic, Footwork, and many more. Children's sizes, Hush Puppies, Kids, Groomsmen, and more. Shop Rainey's Shoe Store, the hard-to-fit shoe specialist, 320 East Main Street in Washington. More channels, 24-hour news and movies. You'll soon enjoy all those and more on full VU television. You'll still get all of your favorite channels from Vincennes, Evansville, Terre Haute, New York, Chicago, Atlanta, and so much more. You'll want to be one of the first to get this new service. Orders are now being taken and installed as soon as the equipment arrives. Phone as soon as possible to reserve your service request. In Washington, phone 254-0181.
Here is a note in the Washington Catholic end on it. Washington Catholic will be having a pep session tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock at the Washington High School gym. Once again, the Cardinals having a pep session at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon at the Washington Catholic High School gym. And Jack, Jimmy Landon coming through tonight for the Lions. Didn't see a whole lot of action last year, but boy, Landon has been the key for the Lions attack this year.
Well, many times he has. Of course, there's times, you know, when Jamie hasn't played well of late. That is, you know, it hadn't gone in the hole for him. But tonight, you know, he reversed that, and he hit some key buckets, and he hit his free throws. And so had him back on track, but, you know, you get that old adrenaline flowing, and Jamie forced a few, too. So, you know, he did a good job, but he'll be a little cooler tomorrow night.
Loogootee, big second quarter. That was a big difference for you as you raced out with some unanswered points. At one time, you're up by 12, 14 points.
Yeah, well, you know, our kids ran their offense against a man-to-man defense much better than we have all year. I think primarily because they had their adrenaline flowing. They were making quicker cuts. They were setting their man up for the screen and this type of thing. And that's the things we talked to them about all year, but tonight they were executing.
Loogootee's quickness, a factor tonight. They look quick out there.
Well, that's what I say. You know, from word go, I think we had our adrenaline going, and we did move quickly. We did set our people up, our defensive man up for the pick and this type thing. And, of course, you know, it's been a while since we've played with that kind of intensity, and hopefully we can sustain it tomorrow night.
Your team did a very commendable job on the boards against a bigger, more rugged team.
JR, I don't know how many he got, but he surely must have got several. You know, midway through that game, I did get concerned that here again we're going with basically 6 people. We couldn't hardly afford to put some inexperienced people in there, and we went with the six men. Actually, 4 of them, 4 of our people pretty well went the entire night, and with a great deal of intensity. Hopefully, it doesn't tell on them tomorrow night. This is a concern of mine.
Dave Warland doing a good job with the Washington Catholic Cardinals, and it'll be a good ball game tomorrow night.
Well, I think so. You know, the Cardinals came on strong. He's done a good job with them. You know, I think it's advantage to them to have played the first game and sitting there waiting for the second one to start. You know, I think we ought to give some consideration to starting this Friday night game earlier so the second game can get started, because the second game's not going to get started on time usually. And that was the case tonight. And so here we are, 20-11. We're not even shard yet. So these kids need to get back home and get some rest.
What do you suggest, that maybe they play the semifinal round on a Thursday, or maybe play the second game on Friday night? Maybe play the first game at 6:30 and the second game right after that?
7 o'clock, you know. 7 o'clock give us a half hour, and I think that'd help quite a bit.
You want to add anything?
Yeah, I think they should have Fridays off and play Thursdays. Have a day before the championship game.
There might be some...
Coach, I want to congratulate you. You've got a pressure ball club that doesn't know what it is to quit. They go to that foul line under pressure free throws. I think you win as many games at that foul line as any place.
Well, the thing about it is, you know, we went down to the wire, and even at the end of the third quarter, had we hit our free throws, we would have had a very comfortable lead, and we missed the free throws. And I've said all year, you know, you can't win the big ones without hitting the free throws. We did survive again tonight, but you know, I think we missed too many free throws for tournament play.
Yeah, but everybody knows with that 22-0 silver badge you're wearing starting tomorrow night, they're shooting for you. And you got to commend your kids because they know the pressure's there. You can't hide it. Oh, yeah. Even though you're 2-0 in this second season, this is the one that counts.
That's true. And you know, the sad part about it, if they should get beat, I'm sure the kids will feel downhearted as Washington did tonight, but we've had a real fine season, and I don't think the kids have anything to be ashamed of if they wouldn't win or when they do get beat, and certainly should keep their head up high because they've done a super job.
Well,
thanks a lot, Jack. And don't forget, tomorrow night in the championship game, we will have the Washington Catholic Cardinals and the Loogootee Lions going at each other. And that game starts at 7:30. That's the Lions against the Cardinals. And we're going to take this time out on the postgame show for Alfred's Restaurant.